If I had not mastered it by now, I'd regard myself as an idiot.
Welcome back to the Funk Dojo podcast, episode 2. Today we're going to go over our, so what did we do last time? Our top 5 fighting games. We're going to hone in on the characters on this one. It's going to be the top 5 fighting game characters
of all time.
Of all times. Again, it's got to be pretty subjective. We're just going to not go over any. It's not going to be like a tier list or anything. Like, it's just going to be the ones that bloody stood out to us.
Yeah. Yeah, don't expect any high level research going into metadata. You know, considering
I did some research, bro.
Oh, well, I guess
we're not supposed to do research. Oh, sorry about the car noises.
Okay, I didn't do research.
It's gonna be something.
It's just I just did it straight off the back of what I remember about the characters.
No, I just done a little bit of background, like get up to date with the storylines.
Sweet. Cool.
Alright, so maybe you can start this time, bro. What do you got? Number 5.
Number 5.
We'll go straight into number 5, and yeah, we'll finish up with one. Possibly some. We'll have a little bit of a list of honourable mentions as well.
Sure. Yes. Chillzen's top 5 fighting game characters of all time. Yeah. So number 5 coming in, we've got Wolverine.
Oh, snap.
Yes,
nice.
Wolverine.
No, I was having a hard time because I was like, oh yeah, what about all those crossover games? Do we get to choose any Dragon Ball Z character? And I was like, oh,
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, Smash Bros. I can just go like Sonic or, oh yeah, Marvel. Oh, any Marvel character. So
yeah, it's not that easy.
But I think there is some legit ones. Yeah, it's for sure.
This is quite significant though, you know?
Yeah, I remember Wolverine was pretty... He's pretty cool.
Yeah. X-Men.
Berserker Barrage.
Children of the Atom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appearing in that. For whatever reason, everyone liked going Wolverine. I really like Wolverine. He's my favourite. At the time, he was my favourite X-Men character. And yeah, to be able to use him in a 2D fighter made by Capcom, that was awesome. Like the bro said, he had these catchphrases that really stood out. Let's go, bub. You know, Berserk Barrage, Tornado Claw. You know, it just sounded really cool, and it was definitely Wolverine's voice from like the animated series.
Yeah, they had good voice acting on that.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very significant at the time. Yeah,
Wolverine was like the king of X-Men.
Yeah, you know, so yeah, so he got the number 5 slot.
Yeah, and what was that other move where he had like spin, and all you had to do was press like 2 buttons, and you were like spin across. That was like cheese as.
Yeah, it just seemed
it's just flying across.
Yeah, it was very button bashy, and it seemed like you were doing a lot of damage. But
he also had the like
action.
The standard like Street Fighter control, like it's called a circle.
Yes.
Uppercut and stuff, so it was easy to transfer to.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, that's my number 5. I'm gonna go with this one's a bit out of the ordinary, different title, but it was someone that stood out to me like straight off the bat when I played the game. And he was pretty much the character that I just synergized with and just played the hell out of. I never got to play it really, like the game a whole lot, like competitively, like with other people and stuff, but I played that character a lot, like just against the computer, and that's Johnny Boy from Guilty Gear.
Oh,
the Guilty Gear series.
I'm not really familiar with the Guilty Gear series.
So probably one of the main things, like his style, like he's like his art is like he's like a cowboy samurai pirate, so like it just immediately like stood out to me.
That's funky.
He's got the like he's got that. I think they call it Iaido style, where it's like from the hip.
In reverse draw.
Yeah, when they're like, I don't know if it's reverse draw. I haven't noticed, but he like
Definitely from the hip.
it's always
Yeah.
the
sheath and slash.
yeah the
Sheath.
moves always come from the sheath from his hip.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he's basically a like a pirate samurai, and the other badass thing about him is he captains a ship full of women. So like, he's pretty
Like
boss.
female
Yeah.
pirates.
Yeah,
He's got the
his crew
pirate
is,
harem.
his crew is all females.
yeah pirate harem guy.
So he's like the ultimate ladies man. But his playstyle is awesome too. Like it's just a real range controlled, pretty high mechanics. Again, I didn't delve like super into the game, so I can't really comment too much. But as far as a character, I think he's just like a mean ass character, and yeah, he's got like some cool gimmicky. It's like you can like flick coins at them, and like if it hits them, then he like gets buffed attacks and stuff.
He's reminding me of like one of my honorable mentions, like
Yeah.
Ukyo from Samurai Showdown.
Oh yeah.
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 From the hip.
Yeah.
Chucks
There's a
an
lot
apple.
There's a lot of samurai stereotype like archetypes that I want to go with, but I think he was one of my favorites, like in just his move list and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the way he works within Guilty Gear. So yeah, just reading this, he's a daring, suave, flamboyant man who likes old-fashioned language and fools around being a free spirit. So there you go, bit of a quick breakdown for him. That's my number 5, Johnny boy, Johnny from Guilty Gear.
So yeah, we better move on to number 4.
That's your number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 is going to be King from Tekken. Yeah. Main reason being is I
multi-grabs. No.
Yeah, multi-grabs. He's a pro wrestler. He's got a tiger mask and he rules.
Oh yeah.
It's quite cool.
So tell me, when you first played Tekken, did you know it was a mask? Or did you think he was just like a hybrid like tiger dude? I thought
it was a hybrid tiger dude because he used to like roar. Like, rah, and you're like, okay, he's a hybrid dude.
And just the mask just looked. It
wasn't
like
a mask.
Like,
no,
a mask would have been like bigger.
It was like a lion minotaur.
So it took me a while to clear that up. Like I don't think till Tekken 3 that I know it was a mask.
Yeah. So he wasn't necessarily my favorite character when I first started playing.
Yeah.
You know, it was Kazuya.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was the opposite. I think I liked King.
Yeah. But in terms of using their character, obviously King was the coolest character to me.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was the first 10 hit I learned.
Yeah.
King, his 10 hit.
It's reasonably
10
easy.
hits, yeah.
Yeah.
But on Tekken 3 you were like, the move list was so cool, like it had every 10 hit combo and you're like, what, you can...
Yeah, command grabs.
Yeah.
Multi grabs.
Yeah. I remember this.
I never knew, I could never, could go into practice mode, practice it, do it and pull it off, but I could never do it in game versus.
It was so easy to break on Tekken 3 too, like all you had to do was mash and you could never get past like the third grab, like anybody
like
could just mash it out.
The muscle buster one.
Yeah. So it wasn't like I think it is today where you have to hit the right button and like you've got like a smaller window and stuff. Well, I don't know, I have to look into the technical, but I'm pretty sure Tekken 3 was like super easy to break grabs and it was almost impossible to like pull off a fucking full chain.
Yeah. And so I'm being a huge pro wrestling fan, the fighting game character that represents pro wrestling is King, and so it was easy to put him on the list.
Yeah.
And currently he's my main Tekken 7, and
so
I'm about
what's
to take over.
What are we on now? Mental Tekken 7 mentors right here.
Huge
couple of mentors.
Oh mate, it's that ranking though.
Yeah, I think I might have like semi-peaked. I've hit a ceiling that I have to break through now. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and what's it? Because Tekken 7, the new Tekkens, they don't really like have much storylines. Hey, like that's kind of the disappointing thing about it. So like, what his storyline arc is now is like kind of mysterious. Like it only really does the Mishima arc on Tekken 7, but they do. Yeah, he's kind of always had a.
Yeah, his history is basically orphan.
Yeah.
Grew up. He studied under Armor King.
That's right, Armor King.
Something.
Was his,
yeah, I don't know the
and
complete
then ended
story.
up becoming Nemesis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Mardak entered the picture. And, yeah, so he never really had extensive storyline except for that feud, I guess.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
relatively brief storyline, but yeah, awesome character. Right, so I'm on to my number 4.
Yes, sure.
My number 4 is going to be from the Mortal Kombat series. My favourite iteration was the Mortal Kombat 3 one, the robot one, and it's going to be Smoke. I think I talked about him on the last one. And yeah, I just like the idea of like, because I always like the ninja characters, Sub-Zero in particular. And then this guy came along and like all mysterious and like Sub-Zero's mentor, and like on the third one there's that storyline when they got turned into robots, and like he was like the only one that still had his personality intact. Like he didn't,
Compared to Cyrex.
yeah, they all got turned into like fully, but he stayed like the same person but just a robot. So, and he was trying to help Sub-Zero or something. But yeah, the Mortal Kombat 3 iteration of Smoke was pretty broken, I think. I don't know how that game, if there's much balance, but
I don't think there's much balance when you can go under the like ground.
you can just like jump kick,
Yeah.
then just go straight out of the air into an underground uppercut,
Yeah.
then just catch them into a full combo,
And
and you can just spam that and hope and see if they can deal with it. And
yeah, it was ridiculous.
but just this whole grey sort of mysterious ninja on the scene.
Dopest name.
Smoke always like coming out,
Yeah.
and like even on Mortal Kombat 2 he was like cool as, because he was a hidden character. I don't think he was playable. No, he was just like a skin of Scorpion or something.
Yeah, it made it was like his first appearance.
Yeah. And then on Mortal Kombat 3 he was actual unlockable playable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just that whole one, and I think in the newer Mortal Kombats the storylines and that changed quite a bit, so I'd just go with that, the 2D Smoke.
Yeah, Legendary Smoke.
Legendary Smoke, that's my number 4. I'll go with that. Smoke wins.
I remember that. I remember the blow up the world fatality. Damn,
yeah.
that was crazy, bro. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what my number 3 is then.
Go for it.
Chillzen's number 3 on this top 5 fighting game characters list. This is coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
Akuma. Yep.
Akuma.
Instant hell murder himself.
Goki.
Mate. Now this character, he was a secret character for a while. It was like I think it was Super Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, so I didn't know that it was actually on Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Super Street Fighter 2, like
yes. Not the
ones
OG ones, but the more ones with the power, super meter and and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
Fei Long and all that.
Yeah.
Sure, I didn't actually play that much. They had one copy of that. I think it was at like the video store, Civic Video. Like, I didn't really get to play that one much.
There was,
I remember
where I live, bro.
Yeah.
Just down the road, there was a fish and chip shop, and it had,
they
had
have
a few cabinets.
Oh yeah.
and they had Super Street Fighter 2, the new challenges. That's it. Yeah. So you got a lot of time to play on that, but never was able to unlock Akuma. Always heard the rumors. Always thought it was a lie.
Yeah, because you know, and then it was one of those ones where like if you try to do it and you failed, you just got like a dumb character.
Yeah, you got Brown Ryu.
Ryu, that's not too bad.
It's Ryu,
yeah.
But it's like, yeah.
I think on Alpha it was like you get Dan Hibiki or something.
Yeah. Or, they got quite memeish with it.
Or it might have. No, it might have actually ended on the random, so it was just like if you messed it up, you just got a random.
Yeah, so it became quite a trademark Easter egg of Street Fighter was to include these secret characters that if you couldn't do the input right, you ended up with something
you'll get
lackluster.
C tier.
So also just as a character, had a really awesome moveset. He had the typical Ryu, Shoryu style. Yeah. But then you add in air fireball. You add in the.
Did he have that on Super Street on 2?
Yeah.
He had the air fireball.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He had it all, man. Also the kick, the flip into downward kick.
Oh yeah.
All those
the demon flip.
Yeah, demon flip technical, and also the teleporting. No other character had those abilities, but obviously he was high risk, high payoff. He had a lot of power, but also he had low defense. So
he's always
take a beating.
He's always been that glass cannon.
Yes, and Instant Hell Murder, that was just the shit. And also the character voice, his grunts and sound effects.
Oh yeah,
always just
they're pretty iconic.
Yeah. Shoo.
Just that, just grunty
raw. So it was nice to have that type of character to use.
Yeah. Nice. So that was your number 3.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go on to my number 3 now. Number 3, and this is another one I've talked about before, and it's mainly because of his just character design, and that is Rock Howard. First seen in Garou Mark of the Wolves, according to this information, and not been in that many games actually. I think he's only been in Garou and King of Fighters 14 and
wasn't he
Capcom vs SNK.
Yeah, I do recall him.
There's so he's only really been in 3 games for how popular he seems to be. Everybody was crying out for him on King of Fighters 14, but just this whole Garou in general was pretty groundbreaking with its spray animations and stuff, but he was just, I don't know, something stood out about him, his whole animations, and he was just he just stood out. Obviously his storyline, he looked like straight away you could tell he was the main protagonist of the thing. But the whole Geese's son, estranged son, ends up hating him. Then Terry takes him under his wing, trains him, and then he ends up being fighting. Because the boss on Garou is actually his uncle. So I don't know. I'm guessing it's Geese's brother. Nah, because his name is not Howard. He's not a Howard. Anyway, who cares too much? But just and then this whole combination of Geese moves here with things moves here. He gives all the best parts. All his animations, his finishes, struggling against the dark for all of that stuff. And then just his whole character design and stuff was just mean. And it's got to be said, I had to choose between Geese and Rock because I like Geese as well, and one of the things I liked about both of them was their parry mechanic. Like, it was one of the first times that I played a game where you could just like do a command parry, and then it was like it would catch people, man. Like if they didn't know, like in Geese, like the jumping kick just became useless against Geese because you just like grab you out of the air and like so all of that stuff. And then like Raging Storm is probably one of my favourite all-time finishes of any game. Raging Storm.
Raging Storm cracked me up because under certain circumstances it was amazing. Yet if you whiffed it, there's just nothing.
The rock one was particularly. The one on Garou was particularly hard. Like sometimes you'd just whiff and it was like anti-air, but it would still not even hit them, and like it was the hitbox was weird on Garou. The one the Capcom vs SNK Geese one was way bigger and like could catch people way further, and it will also like if you caught them it would like do the full hits, and it would chunk, especially like a level 3 one. But I don't know, I like the look of Rock's one though. It looks cool, the way he charges it. But yeah, so that's my number. Well, we have 3.
Yes.
3. We're getting into the top 2s.
Yes.
Alright, what's your top 2, brother?
Coming second on the list is another Street Fighter character. If you guys didn't know by now,
Bit of a Street Fighter.
Yeah, I'm a big Street Fighter fan.
Aficionados.
Yeah, both of us actually. So
yeah, that's
what
game
we grew up on. That's the king of coin-ops right there.
Yeah, we're from that. We're from that era where that was the only fighting game really. Like King of Fighters wasn't really around our area that much. Like, and Street Fighter 2's that iconic game, and everybody played it.
Yeah. And
everybody knew. Yeah. It's just. Yeah.
So that the character from that's sitting on my number 2 on the list is Guile. Good old Guile. Yeah. So I just want to put in a bit of context, like
old Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jean-Claude.
Oh man, have you seen you need to watch a highlight.
Watch it
on
again.
YouTube. There's a highlight of Jean-Claude Van Damme scenes in Street Fighter. Every one of the scenes. Oh, it's gold.
No, it's pretty
gold.
It's a pretty bad movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I actually heard that he was on coke the whole time because he wanted to be cocky like an American. so
that was us getting into character.
Yeah, that was just getting into character, getting coked up. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Going back to the point as to why I put him on the list at 2 was, like he wasn't. As a kid, I wasn't into holding characters or charging characters. You know, the one that you hold for 3 seconds and then forward to do a sonic boom, or hold down and up to do a flash kick. But as an adult, rediscovering Street Fighter 3 emulation and MAME, picking up charge characters, I realized kind of the power that's in a charging character.
Yeah. And the play style.
The technical aspects of it, the turtling, the hitbox and the distancing.
Yeah.
And it allowed for more of a countering style, different from what I was used to with aggressive Shoryus like Ryu.
And then you mix it up and like get aggressive, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Don't understand. They're like, what's happening? Guy was jumping on me.
Yeah. So I recall a classic moment at the arcade at our local aquatic center. So there was a broken Street Fighter, because I don't know if anyone ever played a Street Fighter that had.
Yeah, no, it was quite. I think that was quite well known. I think it was kind of known as the Rainbow Edition in some places. I don't know what it was called on that cabinet, but it was basically the Rainbow Edition, like that hacked one.
Yeah. Only after like figuring out ROM sets and whatnot did you actually realize that there was a certain edition that
it was like
there's a whole like
it was a hacked one.
Yeah.
It was like some people hacked it, and then somehow it got into.
So
arcade
basically, the machines were so popular. The Street Fighter machines were so popular that they were running out of stock. Like the supply wasn't meeting the demand.
Oh, true.
So these third-party
bootleg
companies were able to get the hardware chip out of it and recreate it.
Oh, yeah.
And had these little hacks in it.
Yeah.
And that moment when I was playing and I got invisible throwed, and so Guile can do an invisible throw. It blanks the screen, resets it.
That's right.
And that's that.
It's glitches.
Yeah, it glitches the whole thing.
It's a bug, but it just became part of the game. Like, if you're losing, just reset the game.
Yeah, and it just amazed me. I was like, what? You can just shut the game down with a move. This is crazy. And also what really pushed him up into becoming my favorite character to use on Street Fighter 2 was the fact that I watched this anime called High Score Girl. In this anime, it's set in the 90s, the peak era of fighting games and coin ops in Japan. And the protagonist, the character he uses is Guile. And from watching it, I was able to figure out like those turtling techniques why he was so awesome.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked him up. And now he's also he's my favorite Street Fighter 2 character to use.
Yeah.
And he's
and the new
cool
iterations of him too, and charge characters in general, like they don't have to charge as long,
No.
Like, because I remember that was a pain. Like,
it was like
Street Fighter 2 days,
seconds.
it had to be actually 3 seconds. So it was like you had to sit there like, it's not ready yet. Like, you couldn't just counter when you wanted, or like as it had to be ready. Like, and now it's sort of like 1 second or something. But I remember just thinking, what a pain. Like, I can't do it unless I like stay in crouch position and have both options available.
It just seemed so like waste of time.
yeah. Compared to the other style. But it's definitely legit. It's a pain fighting a good while. Right, so there's your 2, so I'm up to number 2, and we're gonna have to have my Tekken main and favorite Tekken character, Kazuya Mishima. So obviously everyone knows Kazuya. He's one of the main protagonists of Tekken. I guess he's the main bad guy overall. In the first one he wasn't actually the bad guy, but then I was reading into the backstory, and apparently he was always meant to be the bad guy, but in the first one he was kind of that, like redemption against his father, who was the actual bad guy, Heihachi. And but he's part of the main guy from the story. I mean, his son ended up becoming the main protagonist, and then but just the whole I remember thinking, because you know how when Tekken came out, right, and it was kind of like Bloodsport, like it's like all of these, you know how it's like that tournament where you get all the different fighting styles and then like put them together and see which is the best. And I remember that was one of the biggest points about Tekken. And then you had like the Mishimas, who had like not a traditional fighting style, and like it's like his own computer game fighting style or whatever. So but it like really looked cool, like it's not based on karate, or well, maybe perhaps karate the closest, but it's just its own like computer game one.
It's not like it's distinctly its own.
And it's a real hard style, and like real punish, counter heavy, which I always sort of like. I think I sort of have always gravitated towards that play style, like sort of aggressive but also patient, I guess, which is pretty much the Mishima style. And then just this whole story, the whole storyline, and the Mishima storyline, the how they just all hate each other, like father, son, dad. They just all hate each other equally.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot to do with that devil gene, though, right?
Yeah. Well, and I only just realized. I don't know why I didn't realize it before, but it wasn't from Heihachi.
No.
I always thought it was just part of Heihachi, but then I realized, like, because it's like Jinpachi, and then I thought that iteration of Jinpachi was a devil one, but it's just powered up Jinpachi, like just like Heihachi gets. Like he's just got like
his granddad
power.
Or something? Yeah.
So the devil gene actually comes from Kazumi, the mum, and they're like from and just like reading into it more, they're from like some clan where they all have that devil gene, like some ninja clan or something, and then they all like use it. They all have like control over it, but like because Kazuya and Jin don't know about it, they don't have control over it, or at least early on when they start getting it. And Heihachi makes kind of Heihachi even more of a badass because he's just a badass, like he's just a tough dude, like doesn't have any special like power.
he can compete with those the devils, like basically.
And on Tekken 7 the story kind of changed up, so like Heihachi ends up being more of like the sympathized character, and Kazuya's more of the like actual bad guy.
Yeah, G Corp.
Sort of like flipped from like the early days when it was like Kazuya was kind of like the semi feel sorry for bad guy.
Yeah, because he got chucked into a volcano by his dad when he was a kid.
And Heihachi was just the bad guy, and then it's that sort of flipped that narrative lately.
Makes for a rich character development.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, Tekken has some of the best character development. I think a lot of fighting games underestimate how important the stories and how they intertwine is to people, like, and how much it can impact them, and like, you know, because that's kind of what makes your favorite characters, is like quite often the backstory and stuff, not always just the playstyle.
Yeah, you know? It's like there's something about them or their personality or mindset that's like resonates. Yeah,
exactly. So that's my number 2. Nice. Kazuya, son of Heihachi. Jun, love interest of Jun Kazama, father of Jin Kazama, half brother of Lars, adopted brother of Li Chaolan.
Yeah, Li Chaolan.
I didn't know Lars was his half brother.
Nah, neither.
Must be from Jun's side. Because his last name is Alexanderson, so I don't know how I have to research that story out. I didn't really play Tekken 6 much, so I missed out that. Yeah. Alright, bro. We're up to our number 1.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do you want to tell us a quick list of your
honorable mentions?
Your honorables?
My honorable mentions are gonna have a common theme. You're gonna notice. Okay, first honorable mention, Chun-Li.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she's a classic, like,
she's like
canon
she goes
character,
down and goes down in pop culture history as like the like female video game character that people know about.
The definitive fighting game female. Yeah.
And not just fighting games either, you know. People just know the Chun-Li character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
sort of transcended fighting games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
Yeah, the Succubus.
Like, so that in itself is the
she's actually
Succubus.
Yeah.
And her moveset is pretty dope too.
Because she was on didn't she go on to another game?
She ended up on like Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's right. Yeah.
It could have, so she ended up on that. She's just typical cool character. And another female character that's the theme, is Mai Shiranui from the KOF series. Yeah.
The KOF Chun-Li.
Yeah. Booby physics. Yes, that's all I'm going to say.
I would, probably the mother of cosplay.
Yes. It's a toss up between Mai and Chun-Li. Yeah, those are my honourable mentions. So, are you going to include your honourable mentions now? Or?
Yeah, I'll slip some in. I've got a few here just listed. I'll do a quick list off. So, Cervantes from Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Favourite character from
Nice.
Soul Calibur. Another favourite archetype, pirate. Like pirates. Undead pirate type. Apparently he's pretty strong too. I don't know much about the tier list on Soul Calibur, but he seems strong. Magneto from X-Men Children of the Atom, like that version of him. I liked his like supers and stuff, and like I just like Magneto as a character in general out of X-Men, so I did just choose him. Astaroth from like Soul Edge, like giant axe wielding guy. Setsuna from Last Blade 2, and just have to remember Raiden from Mortal Kombat, the lightning god. Right, bro.
Yeah.
Number 1, Chillzen. What do you got?
One. Yeah, this is probably everyone's number 1. Good old Ryu, the face of fighting games himself.
Yeah. Gotta have, yeah.
Who else is there, really?
Yeah. Unless you go with Ken.
Yeah, but even then,
Who goes with Ken, eh?
yeah, if you got the option of Ryu, then maybe you might choose Ken as your main to fight with.
But
But
you like,
at the end of the day,
but who's gonna choose who likes the personality of like brash dude over like stoic hero, eh?
yeah. So on that point about that stoic hero, yeah, that way of the warrior, that has resonated with me.
Yeah.
Like hard out, you
Yeah.
know, just the quiet achiever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
going around, truly challenging himself.
Yeah.
To be the greatest warrior in the world.
Your own worst enemy, or your own battle against yourself, kind of like story.
Yeah. Yeah, where the challenges are new.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just felt like, yeah, there's the epitome of a hero. So, growing up in that era where we had the likes of He-Man and all these superheroes, you know, it was ingrained in us to be, you know, liking the hero. So, plenty of things to say, from in terms of his move list and. Just those early days when you first show up at the arcade, you know, young as. You know, that's the first characters you learn is the Shiryus.
I mean, I think when you start the game, it sits on Ryu as well, eh? Like player 1 sits on Ryu, so like it's automatically engineered to be. Like
to choose that guy.
Everyone chooses that guy when they first play. Like, I guess this guy.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just because around my local area. But Ken was favoured. Was more popular.
Yeah, because he had fire on. He had fire on his fist.
On his fist. Yeah. As a kid, it's nothing too complex as to why you like something.
It's like, when he uppercuts, they go on fire. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So, yeah.
They weren't really differentiated a whole lot in their playstyle on the first one, so it was just like the way it looked. Eh?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, my number 1, I'll probably keep it brief because you already had it in your top 5, and it's gonna be Akuma. I tend to, I don't know, I must like the anti-hero types, because I was thinking about it's either Ryu or Akuma, but I still prefer just Akuma, like his character and like, you know, just I guess it's similar to Kazuya where he's kind of like he's evil but with morals. Nah, Kazuya doesn't really have
Yeah,
morals.
it's more. Yeah, it's
It's
like a
just like-
misunderstanding kind of thing.
Yeah, like he just wants to be the strongest like dude and beat all the strongest dudes, and so but he'll do whatever it takes, like even if it takes like being evil, like so yeah. And then like he's just the whole storyline. His style is where Ryu and Ken came from, and like his the fact that he's kind of like more of a hyper version of them, and like his combos are all like, well, at least as it started to develop more, he became like way faster and more combo-y and jumpy, agile, and like best finisher probably. I remember first time seeing like Raging Demon, like I was like, what the hell is going on? Like the screen just goes black and then you're dead. Like, is that a cheat?
You actually feel as though
were hacked.
you killed the character.
yeah. And I just remember thinking, like, because obviously try to block it the first time, and like, oh, okay, so this is broken. I want to play that, and then like you find out that it's a weird input, like punch down, forward,
high punch,
low, mid high or something. I forgot what it was. But so, oh, okay, so it's not easy, and like,
it's punch forward high punch.
Yeah, and so you're not easy, but it's like super rewarding if you hit someone with it, and then like you kill them, and he stands there with his back, and like
shing,
it was probably,
and the logo on the back with the shing.
Yeah. Okay, that wraps up episode 2, Funk Dojo. Top 5 fighting game characters, our personal opinions, purely subjective. And so do all that good stuff, like, subscribe, leave rating, etc. Turn on that notification, because we'll try and put one out weekly, and we'll be focusing, at least for the start, on fighting games, gaming in general, but sort of like sticking to fighting games. So hopefully we'll see you next week. Peace out.